Welcome back to Operation Appetite for Destruction. It's turn 11 for Japan, and it is now it's July of 1941. So this is Japan's turn. Japan has 2 tech dice that they're going to go for. We're going to try and see if we can finish these 2 or one of them, or hopefully both. So we're going to go for improved construction, and we'll go for large ships. So construction will be at 7, large ships will be at 8, and we're going to add 2 dice. Black dice will be construction. And we get 11 and 4. So we get one of them, so we get construction. So let's finish that off. Alright, what does that change? That gives us, I think that's going to save us $1. And that's not that exciting. So that'll make that 6. Alright, so Japan got rated for 9 last time. We got absolutely smashed by the Brits. Those 2 former Dutch subs, absolutely traumatizing me at the moment. So this guy here in P15, he's been worth his weight in gold. And this guy down here, this coastal's really been a nuisance. So hats off to those guys. We're going to definitely try and get them. Oh, before I forget, let's quickly do diplomacy, because everyone keeps forgetting that, including me. So let's try for the same 2. We're not on the board for diplomacy at all. So let's go for Ecuador. Nothing, and Iran. And nothing there, so nothing for diplomacy. So back to purchases. So we had 57 got rated. Was it 50? We had 47. So after, was it 47? 48, sorry. We had after rating with 57 got rated for 9, so we got 48. So we're going to spend, we'll save one now. We've got 3 infantry here for 9, another 4 there for 12, another 1 for 3, and then we've got a militia upgrade to an infantry. Well, that should be an infantry sculpt. Quickly fix that. That's an easy fix. Let's use this machine gunner guy. Maybe he can be our hero. We've got a militia there. So that should have been a 4. So we've got militia there for a 2. We've now got another attack transport for 6. Mounted infantry for 4. And then we've got 4 militia for 8. So let's add that up and make sure we get to should be 47 now. So we've got 21, 24, 28, 34, 38, 38, 46. So let's just add that up again. So we've got 3 for 9, 4 for 12. So that's, 9, 21, 24, 28, 34 for that attack transport. 30, 34, 38, hang on. 21, 24, 28, 34, 38, 46. So we should save 2 IPP. And what do we want to do with that? 2 IPP? Yeah, we'll get another militia for that last 2. So that's everything. So now we're not saving anything. What do we want to? You know what? We will save that 2 IPP. All right, let's get to combat, because that's a bit more interesting than trying to watch me do math. All right, so we've got a series of combats. So the first one will be in Malaya. One of the fighters here is going to come out and go on map and try to kill this coastal sub. So let's reach over and get that guy. So he'll go on map. If he doesn't hit him, well, he's going to submerge him anyway. The second battle, which I didn't reach out to Pete, but I can't imagine that he'd go for this one. So from Sea Zone P41, we've got a light carrier with a fighter, a light cruiser, and a destroyer. So this little mini fleet here in P41 is going to come up 1, 1, 2, 3. So with a movement of 3, even though we don't have that have a major port in that zone at the moment, they've got that movement of 3, and they're going to move into P15. So basically, the submarine will have the choice to fight or elect to submerge. We can't attack him on map because the planes are flying over, so they're not in map range, but it is a combat move, so people have a choice of whether he engages in one round of combat. I assume he probably won't, but it is still a combat move. So that's the next combat. The next combat, let's go around to the other side. Will be from I-12. Let's just get this chair. From I-12, we've got this transport here. So this guy here. He's going to come and pick up 2 infantry out of Malaya off the card. So 2 infantry from Malaya. And he's going to amphibiously assault into Mindanao. So from here, 1 from I-12, 1 into P50, and we're going to have those 2 infantry going into attacking Mindanao. Okay, because that touches there. Joining in that battle will be 1 fighter coming out off the card and engaging in that battle there from Malaya. So with a movement of 5, 1, 2, 3, 4. So there's got plenty of movement back. They can make it back to Malaya. So that's that battle in Mindanao. Okay, the next battle will be in Sea Zone P59. So just here we're going to pick up, we're going to bounce back 1 to P50, where we're going to pick up from P59, 1 infantry. From P59 we're going to pick up the infantry and the artillery out of Java, and we're going to amphibiously assault into the Lesser Sunda Islands. So the infantry and the artillery are going to come into the Lesser Sunda Islands down here and amphibiously assault into that sea zone there. Joining them will be the fighter with a movement of 4. So the one fighter from Malaya with a movement of 5, 1 into P50, 2 into 59, 3 into P60, 4 into the Lesser Sunda Islands, and will have to be caught here. So that fighter will engage in that battle, and then we'll have one movement of 1 left. Hopefully that makes sense, and you can see that. So he's in that battle. Okay, so joining them will be the light carrier from P59. So they'll come over during this combat movement phase. So the plane's still there in P59, and they'll come over and they'll be there to catch that fighter after that battle. Okay, actually, I think I may have cooked this already. Yeah, okay, so the transport that was in P59 doesn't pick up the artillery. It picks up 1 infantry from Java, bounces back 1, 2. No, that's right. Artillery. Non-transport. Oh, my apologies. Okay, I see what I did. All right, so the transport here, and I did this on last turn, so I apologize again, guys. So the transport that was in P59 picks up the infantry from Java, the infantry from Sumatra, comes into Sea Zone P60, and because we've got Celebes and the Lesser Sunda Islands in the same sea zone, we can offload 1 into each. The tactical from P59 that was in P59 on that light carrier will engage 1 into P62 into Celebes, and then come back 3, 4 and land in, we'll land back in Sumatra. So that will be that tactical in Celebes. Joining them in that battle will be the battleship, which will come out from P59 into P60 and provide a bombard into Celebes. Likewise, one heavy cruiser comes out and provides a bombard into the Lesser Sunda Islands. So that's that. Then we've got the attack transport and the marine in the Solomon Islands. Will pick up the marine and the medium armor and come over 1, land here and drop off the marine and the medium armor into New Guinea. That's that battle. Then from Sea Zone, so from P36, we've got 2 marines coming out of a major port, so with movement of 3, so that transport's going to come out. 1 into 45, 2, 3. 1 marine will land on New Britain and capture that, not worth anything. The other marine will engage in this battle here in New Guinea. So it'll be a walk-on for New Britain. Battle number 7 is the attack transport. That's sitting here in Malaya. And that's going to collect 1 infantry and 1 artillery out of Malaya. And it's going to amphibiously assault into, where are we? Where was I going with this one? Sarawak. Okay, into Sarawak. So 1 artillery and 1 infantry into Sarawak. A bombard will be provided from this battle cruiser, which will come up from I-13, 1 into 59-2 into P50 and provide a bombard there into, and that's going to be important, so that's engaged in that assault. I had another fighter somewhere now. No, I don't use them all. That's a very thin attack, that one. Very thin indeed. And the way Pete's militia has been going, have been causing me problems. We're going to raid in P72 with the fleet. So we're going to raid in P59 if there's anything left there. Then this subfleet submarine, which is an I-4, will move up to I-7 and raid the FEC line. And then we've got the 2 fleet subs in M8. 1, 2, 3 will come finally into I-7 again and also raid if there's anything left. He doesn't have ASW yet, so shouldn't be too much of a problem. And then we've got, last but not least, this heavy cruiser in I-12 will come up and go on escort duty in P59. That is a combat move. Not an exciting one, but an important one nonetheless. So he's going to be on escort duty. All right, I think that's all of our battles. All right, so that should be everything. So let's get to rolling some dice. All right, so our first battle will be the fighter on map in Sea Zone P50 against that coastal sub. So we need a 6 or less to get him. And we get a 6. So finally send that coastal sub to the bottom of the ocean. And not a moment too soon. All right, battle number 2 was just this battle here. But we'll leave that one for PBE if required. Battle number 3 is the amphib assault into Mindano. So we've got Mindano just here. We've got the 2 infantry and the fighter. And I believe that's jungle, Mindano. Always get caught out on these little islands. They're a little trickier to try and remember. All right, let's double check. So Mindano is mountains. All right, so we've got 2 infantry going in to Mindano with the fighter against the 1 militia. So let's go for the 2 infantry at 1s. And nothing there. Then we've got our fighter at a 6. And that does hit. And let's see if his militia hits. And it doesn't. So we take Mindano without any casualties. And that's the end of the Philippines for now. For now anyway. That fighter will land in Malaya. So we'll just put him back on the card in Malaya. Our battle number 4 is into the Lesser Sunda Islands. So into the Lesser Sunda Islands, we have 1 infantry, 1 fighter, and we have a bombard with the heavy cruiser. So the heavy cruiser gets a bombard first at a 2. And he gets a 1. That's nice. So that's the end of that battle. So the Lesser Sunda Islands falls to the Japanese with 1 infantry. We definitely feel like our backs against the wall here, the Japanese, so we need a little bit of luck going our way. All right, the next battle will be the battle in the Celebes. So Celebes, we have the battleship at a bombard, infantry and a tactical against that 1 militia in Celebes. Let's go with the bombard first. The battleship is a 3, so that's successful as well. So that also falls without any casualties. So this is quite nice for once. And where are we? So we take Celebes with 1 infantry. After all that. Then we've got the battle in New Guinea, which is Jungle Mountains. So we've got 2 Marines coming off. 1 was coming off an attack transport, 1 was coming off a regular transport. So the regular transport will be at a the normal transport will be just as per normal. He'll be at a 1, and then the regular transport will be at a 2 because we're in the Jungle Mountains. So here's the first Marine at a 1. Nothing. Second Marine at a 2. That's the 7, it's no good. And we've got our medium armor at 4. And that does hit at a 3. So his militia back is a 10. So we take New Guinea with 2 Marines and 1 medium armor. We can put... Actually, we can't put anything in port there. So we've just got those ships at sea. So we take New Guinea, and then we've got New Britain, which was just a walk-on as well. Okay. Then we've got the battle in Sarawak, this one is a little bit loose. So we've got in Sarawak, we've got 1 infantry, 1 artillery, coming off an attack transport with a bombard from... We got 1 bombard or 2 bombards? Let me just see. 1 heavy cruiser, 1... bombard from the battle cruiser. That's all I've written. Okay, so we've got the bombard from the battle cruiser. That'll be at a 3. So that's out of 3. He misses. Then we've got 1 infantry and 1 artillery. So they can come off together because they are coming out of an attack transport. The infantry will be boosted, so they'll be both at So I've got a first strike at a 2 with the artillery. That misses, and then I've got another infantry at a 2. And that misses. So then we've got his militia at a 2. That's an 8. So now we've got 2 at 2 because we've boosted the infantry. And there's a 2 there. And let's see if his militia hits back. And it doesn't. So we take Sarawak with 1 infantry and 1 artillery. I think that's the rest, that's all the land battles taken care of. All right, let's get to some raiding. So now the Brits are, have got, I believe they've got long, what have they got? They should be at evens now. So they've got radar and that's all I can see. I thought they had something else, maybe long range. I've only got stage 2 for long range. I think, I was watching the turn before, I'm pretty sure it's evens now for submarines. It doesn't really matter anyway, we can fix this up later, it's easy fix. All right, so the blue-red dice is the British one. Where is it? Yeah, it's the British one, and just the red one will be the Japanese. So let's raid in P72 by Sydney down here, so let's do that raid first. So P72, a 1 to a 6. So even if it's just evens, we max that line out for 2 damage. So he doesn't have ASW at this point. So ordinarily I'd sort of keep rolling for those other submarines to see whether or not they're going to take any more damage. But that line is maxed out. So there's no point rolling for P59 at this point. I'll just roll for the 3 submarines in I7. So that's our only other rating. So we've got this guy in P59, but we've already maxed the line out. If he had ASW, I'd definitely be rolling, but he doesn't. So now we'll roll for these 3. So first one, that's 4 to 3, so that's 1. It's only worth 1, but let's keep rolling it out anyway, just in case. Yeah, 1 to 6 is a nothing. And nothing again. So it looks like we take 1 off the FEC over here in I7. That should be everything. Making sure I haven't messed anything up. All right, let's get to some non-combat. All right, so we need to land our planes. So the fighter that participated in this battle down here in the Lesser Sunda Islands had a movement of 1 left, and he's going to land back onto that light carrier in P60. So that's him taken care of. With the fighter that participated in the coastal sub, he's going to come back to Malaya victorious. And we already landed that other one back in Malaya. And then we had this tactical. So the tactical was originally in P59, so it had a movement of 4. And I think I said I had him, where did I have him landing? I think it was in Sumatra. Yeah. So that's going to land back into Sumatra there. So that's our aircraft taken care of. And we just got a little bit of manoeuvring, which shouldn't be too long. All right. So we have a TBD in P62. With a movement of 2, he's going to 1 into P52, 2 into P53. Just be at C there. Then we've got our 3 attack transports that are in P15. So this would have submerged or taken part in this battle anyway. So it won't be able to do anything here, but we're going to take the 3 attack transports, and we're leaving the C zone anyway. And with a movement of 3, 1 into 32, 2 into 41, 3 down here into P50, And we're going to jump off out of Kyushu 6 infantry. So 1, 2, 3. And then 1, 2, 3. So we should now have 6 infantry in Kyushu currently. That guy's back there with that cavalry. The infantry out of Siam is going to back up 1 into Malaya and join the card. The infantry in Rihe is going to march forward and go into Suyon. Just bolster our defences in there. Then we've got 2 infantry in Honshu that are going to move down to Kyushu and just be part of that never-ending train of troops leaving the mainland. Then we've got a Marine on a destroyer in Midway. Where did I want to send him? I had to Wake. So with a movement of 2, because we don't have a major base there at Midway, we have a submarine base, that's no good to us. 1, 2, we're going to go to Wake. And that Marine is going to land there, and that destroyer will be at sea in P36. The coastal sub, that's in P47, will slide up 1 into P47 to P37. And I think we should just about be done. We should be able to get to placing some units. All right. And sorry, Chris, we couldn't raid in M8 today because there's too much aircraft loitering around. With those French medium bomber that took out our transport last turn. We also had that British medium bomber loitering threatening in the area. All right, let's get to place some units. Okay, so militia, 1 will go down into Beiping there. 1 will go, sorry, not Beiping, Nanking. 1 will go into Beiping. 1 militia will go into Eastern Manchuria. 1 militia will go into Northern Manchuria just to protect the front. 1 militia will go into Malaya, all the way over there on the card. Then we've got this TAC transport, which will go and port in Kyushu. Where are we? Oh yeah, if I forgot to mention, this heavy battleship will come out of port and just join the rest of the, not heavy battleship, regular battleship will join the fleet in P29. This TAC transport is placed will go and port in Kyushu. We've got a mountain infantry which we're going to build in Malaya, so that goes down there. Then we've got another infantry we're going to place in Rihe. Then we've got our infantry upgrade which will go into Suyon. So we'll take that militia away. Put that cool machine gun guy in there. Okie dokie. All right. Then we've got 4 infantry, or 5 infantry, I should say, which will be built in Kyushu, which is our max. So there's 5 going down in Kyushu, which leaves us with 2 left. And they have to go into Tokyo because there's literally nowhere else I can put them. All right, I think that's everything. All right, so in terms of income, I have us at a base of 36. And let's have a quick look. Let's have a quick look up here, see what we've got. So we've got Wake, Midway. We've got Midway, Wake, Solomons. Beiping, we still have Hopei. We still have that one? No, we don't. So that's gone. Nanking, just. British Malaya we have. Borneo we have. Java, yep, we got those ones. Luzon, Visayas, and Hawaii. Then we also picked up Celebes. So that gets us to 37. And the Brits go down to 29. What else did we pick up here? We picked up the Lesser Sunda Islands off the British too. So that should be another one down for the Brits. That's 28, us up to 38. We picked up one here for Mindanao off the US. So they go down to 60. We got to 39. We picked up New Guinea off the Anzac. So the Anzac should go to 6. And we should go back up to 40. And did we get anywhere else this turn? Sarawak we took. So we took Sarawak, which is 1 off FEC. So we go to 41. 1 off the FEC, they go to 11. And I think that's it. So income-wise, we should be at a base of 41. The Bank of Bruce will check me. Beiping, Nanking, that's 43. Midway, Wake, Solomons, that's 46. Then the bonus, the twos, 48, 50, 52, 54, 56, I count for next turn. And we'll do a quick unit recap. Hopefully minimal or no errors would be fantastic. I hate having to make mistakes for my good friends here to fix up. Okay, so in New Guinea, we've got 2 Marines and 1 medium armour. In New Britain, we have 1 Marine. In Sea Zone P53, we have 1 attack transport, 1 regular transport, 1 light cruiser, 1 TBD. The Caroline Islands has 1 Marine. Wake Islands has 1 Marine, and at sea, there is a destroyer in P36. Coastal Sub in P37, the 2 infantry on Hawaii with a seaplane. Now, what did I want to do with that? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Do we want to land? We might land on the Volcano Islands. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Land on the Volcano Islands. So we'll put the seaplane there, protecting over there. I know we don't have a sub base there, but I had other plans for that, but it didn't quite work out. Anyway, no problems. All right, so at sea in Sea Zone P59, there is a light carrier with a fighter, 2 fleet carriers, 2 fighters, 2 tacticals, 2 battleships at sea, 3 heavy cruisers, 1 light cruiser, 4 destroyers, and 1 TBD. We covered Wake, militia in Bonin Islands. Volcano has an infantry seaplane now. 2 infantry in Tokyo. In Kyushu, in port, there is a assault transport, attack transport. In Kyushu, 1 cavalry and 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 infantry. In Sea Zone P15, there is 1 destroyer, 1 light cruiser, 1 light carrier with a fighter. Eastern Manchuria has a militia. Northern Manchuria has a militia. Western Manchuria, yeah, we'll leave him there. 1 infantry. Rihe has 1 infantry. In Suyon now, we have a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 regular infantry, 2 cavalry, not 2 cavalry, 2 artillery, 1 mountain infantry. Beiping has a militia. Nanking has 2 militia. Luzon and the Visayas has 1 cavalry, 1 infantry. Mindanao has 2 infantry. Sarawak has an infantry and an artillery. Sumatra has a tactical. In Malaya, we have a half-built fortification, mountain infantry, 2 artillery, 2 fighters, 1 militia, and a total of, should be 7, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, 7 infantry. Java has an artillery. There is a coastal in P59. In P59 as well is a transport, regular transport, and a heavy cruiser. Sarawak infantry artillery. In P50, in port, you've got 3 attack transports in Malaya. So they're just down there in port. We've got a heavy cruiser on escort duty, which I don't need to be on escort duty now. It's just in case I missed with that fighter. We've got a battle cruiser attack transport at sea with another transport at sea, with a regular transport at sea, with the battle cruiser at sea. In sea zone, so Lesser Sunda has 1 infantry. In sea zone P, what's that one? P60. Celebes has 1 infantry in the sea zone, 1 battleship, 1 light carrier with a fighter, 1 transport, 1 heavy cruiser. All the way over here, we have 3 fleet subs in I7, cavalry in Aden, lost all on his own, and last but not least, we have our fleet sub down here in P72. I think Marshall Islands has a militia, if I didn't cover that as well. I think we've covered off on everything. Thanks for putting up with me. Thanks for watching. I'll turn it over now to Global War Enthusiast to see what the Commonwealth does. Thanks for watching.